G'day, Tonia Reeves, Australia's Cowgirl medium, coming at you from Sunday Creek here in Victoria, Australia. It is afternoon here, so good evening, good morning, or good afternoon for anyone that's connecting today, wherever you are in the world. We do get people phoning in from all over, so it's really cool to be able to connect. Thank God for the internet is all I can say, because it's really kept us going through this time. And, you know, I know I'm probably one of many of you that have really embraced Zoom, and, you know, we're able to interact and still call each other when we can't physically catch up, as things are here in Victoria, in Australia at the moment. So we are in regional areas, so we're at stage 3. We've taken a few steps out of the lockdown, so we've been really fortunate in that way. Unfortunately, Melbourne still are in lockdown, but hopefully they'll get a bit of reprieve. I'm thinking this coming Sunday they're doing they'll be announcing the next step. So numbers are dropping, so that's really great, and sending out love to wherever you are in the world, and setting that intention that we can get this under control and get back on with our lives, and get back to some kind of normality. Certainly taking on board what it is that you may have had realizations through this time. I know for me I have, and just changing the way we do things. We were chatting this morning about businesses and, how this has altered the way that we do business. And for many businesses, they're, really taking opportunities and, whether it's expanding into a different area or being able to promote your business differently and going down a different avenue with your business. Always know that there is there's a way around this. And I shared this morning on our show with one of the viewers who was asking about business. And, I really feel like sometimes if you're in your business at the moment and you are struggling, get somebody from outside to have a look within and, have a look at the structure. And sometimes fresh eyes will come up with an idea or concept that maybe because you're in the business and your mind's focused on that, you haven't noticed before. There could be an opportunity to change things around and bring in more income. So just remember that, sometimes we get so bogged down in it where our life is our business, and we put so much of ourselves into it that we sometimes can't see the wood for the trees, whereas somebody looking from the outside can have a little look and say, okay, how can we shift and change this? And, how can we make, something that's not so ideal into, being, having a more of a positive and optimistic future, a feeling of, God, I can't talk today. That feeling of being, bringing in some positive energy and, just feeling, feeling more positive. So I just wanted to share that today, because I'm sure there's a few that are listening that will relate and, will be able to connect in with that message. So let me see. I've got my first caller here. I've got Teresa. Dave's Trissa. Dave's trying to spell for me because I can't pronounce. Hi, Trissa. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thank you for calling in. And you're from Minnesota in the US, yeah? By the look at that.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep,
cool. Thank
Minnesota.
You. Lovely. That's 2 really long names, isn't it, to get around when you're explaining where you're from? That's cool.
Yeah, it
is. So can I ask you, Teresa, is your father in spirit? Because I feel like I've got a male stepping in for you. I feel like he's fatherly.
I can hear you are breaking up a little bit, but I can hear you for the most part.
Okay. Can I ask, is Dad in spirit for you?
Excuse me?
Is your father
Who's in spirit? I don't. I have a grandpa in spirit. My mother passed away.
Oh. Feeling for you. Okay, because I've got all right, let's go with grandfather first, and we'll get him to So it was mum. Has mum passed away? Is that within the last 12 to 18 months that mum's passed? I feel like I want to go to. It hasn't been that long with mum.
Nope, she passed away 8 years ago.
Oh, 8 years. Okay. Yep. It feels like she's. Oh, that's interesting. Let me see. So, and you looked after mum, yeah, prior to her passing, or there was something about you caring for her. So was she unwell? Like, I feel like I want to go to, because she's saying to me she's so appreciative of what you did for her. So that usually means that, there was an involvement of you looking after her, is what she's showing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so she's feeling very grateful for you and all that you did. And it's like, of course, being your mum, you had a special connection, but it's like she spends a lot of time around you. So I do want to say that I feel like you are aware of her being around. And she's also showing me birds. So I feel like there's a sign around when there's birds around, or that you look out and go, oh, that's mum letting you know she's around.
Can you repeat that last part?
She's showing me birds around. Yeah. There's birds is what. Yep, as her sign to let you know she's around is what she's showing me.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful. Yeah, so it's like that's one of the ways that she lets you know she's around. But she also enjoys hanging around with you, and she's just sharing me. I feel like mum had a bit of a sense of humour, and I feel like you do as well, and you both shared that, because it's the way she's coming through with her conversation is like there's a lot of joy around, and I feel like when you connect in with her, there's joy between the two of you. So we have a bit of fun. She wants to stir you up about your cooking, because I feel like she's saying, I don't know whether you had a disaster or something you tried to make and it didn't work, and it's like with that she's sharing that, that confirmation that she's around and she can see what's happening.
I was in trouble for joking around too much.
But she loves that, and that's who, I feel like that was her, and that's you.
Everything.
Yeah, and it was like, and that's what she's saying, there's something around you messing up cooking, and she wants to laugh, and I feel like that would be something that she would do. It's like, I go to make something and I put the wrong thing in or something, and again, it's funny. It's something the two of you share. She does want to congratulate you, saying you've done a wonderful job, and it's time to move on to the next project. So there's something around. You've done really well, and now it's time to swap things around. I feel like this is around something you're doing currently.
Okay, I just left an abusive relationship 2 weeks ago and moved back home to Minnesota from another state.
Beautiful. Yep. So it's like, I want to say to you next. It's like, I'm ready for the next chapter. So there's a lot of opportunities opening up for you, and she's saying to me, have patience for the money to come in, because there's something around money coming in. It might not be there right now, but she's saying to tell you it's coming. So trust that, because she's showing that very strongly. Yep. So keep the faith up around that. Are you when you've moved back home? Are you staying with somebody at the moment? Because I feel like there's still somewhere you're going to move to that will be more yours.
Yeah, I'm actually staying in a shelter with my kids right now until I get back on my feet.
Yeah, perfect. Because she's showing me you're going to have your home, so don't, keep the faith there. You've got that. And I do want to say the best thing.
It's a lot better here than where I was.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like for you, this is your rebirth. Things are going to start to fall into place, and it's like you've made the right decision. Mum's really proud of you, and she's like, well done, you've done it. I feel like it took you a lot to do it, and there was a lot of trying to get away and it not happening. And, it was almost like you felt a bit like, oh, I have to keep up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, but you've done it. So that's the best part. And I really want to say it's like the universe is smiling down on you right now to go, you've taken that step. You've done the hard yards. It's time now. We're looking at the big picture, and things will be smoother. So please know you will be guided. And I do feel there's a spiritual part of your journey. So I feel like you are going to look at the spiritual side of things, and there'll be something that you're going to do, in alignment, a little bit like how I'm delivering messages now from spirit. There's that you have a spiritual path as well, and that will be open to you, as you're moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're going to inspire others with your story. So I also want to remind you in that to write down what it is, like things that you're going through and processing, all that you've been through. Have yourself a journal or something that you can write things down, because I do feel you'll be sharing your story and others will be inspired just by the way that you're sharing. And you're a very authentic person, and that really shines through. I feel like people resonate.
I've actually told a lot of people that I should write a story about or make a movie out of my life, and it would just keep going and going and going, because there's just so much that's happened.
Yes. So please start, I always say start just writing down, dedicate some time each day. And that's a great part of healing too. I can relate to that, because having written myself, it helps you, like when you're writing things down, it enables us to process things, and you do have a great story and it will be shared. So you haven't gone through all of this for no reason, if that makes sense. It's like the hindsight is going to be, you're going to share your story and you're going to be inspirational with it. So mum's up there guiding you. You've got your grandfather too, and he's like your protector, I want to say. I feel like he's stepped in a few times to save you in situations where you've needed somebody. It's like he's been there to help you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so keep chatting to them, the two of them around you. They're, you have them there to guide you. So if you get stuck or you're not sure about anything, just connect with them and ask them and say, okay, as I'm regrouping now, I'm visualizing my house that I'm going to have for my home, for myself and my children. You've got gorgeous children too, I have to say. There's one with a cheeky smile. I see a cheeky smile on one. I mean, they're all cute, but there's one real cheeky, like butter wouldn't melt in their mouth. So cute. Mum's showing me. All right, I've run out of time. Connect with me on Facebook, Australia's Cowgirl Medium, and shoot me a message. Love to connect. And take care, and I'll see everyone next week. Thank you.